out here. We head up the road. In fact, maybe I'll go over and see. I'll go over and see my buddy Bill. Bill, not Bill that went to Florida that used to live down the road, but there's another buddy, another friend named Bill. Now I can definitely feel the front end being higher, but I tell you, the ride feels really good. I mean, as far as bounciness, so far, it's got a good feel to it. You know, I'm used to looking down at the road because the back end is a lot higher, but like this, the car is more level. Might be a little smoother too, though. That matters. Turn me all around, let's look at the road. Y'all are riding right up on top of the shifter, by the way. Speaking in the passing gear just for fun. Goes good. Steering is really easy. Steering got easier when I put the bigger tires on. That's a little bit of a. I don't think I was expecting that. The windshield wipers ain't all the way down. Sometimes you have to play with them on these kind of wipers to get them to come down. Hold the joy. For those of you who haven't had the pleasure of growing up in a world with vacuum wipers, generally the way they used to work is you take your foot off the gas, and that's when the vacuum would build up in your engine, and the wipers would work, and then when you mash the gas, they'd stop. So you could be going down the road in the rain, if you mash the gas, the wipers stop, and you have to take your foot off the gas, and they go, and you get a little spot where you can see, and then you mash the gas some more. Yeah, that's how they work. And the older they got, the worse they worked. And if your vacuum, wasn't very good. Oh, we got a little vibration here. Steering wheel. Now, is that just... See if that comes out of it. Sometimes you can get a little shimmy in the front end. It's not, there's different things that cause shimmy. One is the tire being out of balance, but usually a tire out of balance will shimmy at a certain speed. Sometimes the front end setup can do that, and sometimes you can hit a bump and it can just set off a little, there's a name for that, when a car does that. I can't think what the name is. Look at me making a one-handed turn here without power steering. I'll drive it a little bit more. We'll see what we think about that little shimmy there. There's a name for that. It's like death rattle, but it's not death rattle. It's death shimmy or death wobble. Death wobble, probably called a death wobble. A lot of times when you're setting up those old style straight axle front ends, how much you tilt that axle will affect how well it tracks. In other words, if you take your hand off steering wheel, if it's tilted right, the car will automatically go back to straight. But if it's not, you can get that death wobble at a certain speed, and that can be a really bad driving experience and not safe. So we had a little wobble going on. I hadn't quite diagnosed that. Nice smoothness to this these tires. These tires have got a little tiny bit of dry rot in them, and will probably not run them for very long, but running them a little bit. I was telling MrsHevyShevy's the other day, usually the tires that's going to blow are the brand new tires you bought and you pay, and you gave up your lunch money for a month so you could afford them. Those are the ones that are going to blow out on you. You got the old crappy tires that you're pretty sure ain't no good anyway. They never blow out. You can put them on something and 50 years later, they're still on it and they're still doing fine. That's just been my experience. You can't predict. You just can't predict. But a new set of tires on the front of this would be good. You know, use these to get the size figured out based on what I think of how they drive and all. Oh yeah. And I'm finding that the additional rubber does make it feel like a better driving car. Alright, I'm gonna cut the camera off. I'm going over to visit a friend, see if he's home. Okay, I like the tires. I should quantify that. I like the tire size. They're out of balance. They vibrate 65, 60, 70. And I'm not going to pay to balance tires that are kind of dry rotted a little bit anyway. So what I'll do is just check the size of those and maybe order me up a set of tires to go on there. I can do other things. One of the things I did miss on my drive was my mirror. And of course, I've got this little mirror hanging on the wall here that I can grab. And while I'm waiting for the engine to cool down so I can do a compression check on it, I can see about putting that mirror on. Oh, the joy.